Hello and welcome to the Afl Riverina Football and Netball Show. I'm your host, Hannah Maguire. In this week's show, we'll catch up with Hannah Toscan from Griffith Swans to see how the girls are shaping up this season. We'll also give you all the tips from the Farah and Riverina League this week with Farah League President David Oehm. David Sandman Oehm joins us in the studio now to talk about the Farah League competition this year. Welcome to the show, Dave. Okay. Now, to start it off, what do you think the positives have been in this season's competition?
Well, I think, Hannah, our overall performance in the rep footy area was a vast improvement in previous years, and it was great to see that the majority of players elected to play this year and didn't pull out for various reasons. And although we're only defeated by 4 points by the Black Diamond League, I think the boys put up a very dedicated and competitive performance, and we also had rep netball this year against the Riverina Football League, which was very good, and that can only improve in the years to come. Yeah,
where and how do you think the league can improve?
I suppose the obvious area is your week in, week out performances, and whilst a lot of people gauge the competition in the league purely on football results, it's not actually correct, because netball is improving year by year. And it's come along in great leaps and bounds this year, even though we had to dump one grade into the junior grades on players on Sundays, which I think is a good initiative. But just take, for instance, the East Wagga Kringle Club. They were cellar dwellers in netball for years and years, and now their A and C grades are participating in the finals this year, so it's very good on their behalf.
Okay, where will the finals be played this year?
It's a good question, actually. We had a meeting this week, and whilst the Rules Club have been very, very good sponsors and very generous sponsors and very looked after the Farah League for a long, long time. So the majority of the finals will be at Mar Oval. So I would say that all Saturday finals will be at Mar Oval. The remaining 2 Sunday finals, I think we're going to have one at McPherson Oval and one at Temora. So that's all Saturday finals will be at Mar Oval, and all the 2 Sunday elimination final first semi, one will be at McPherson, one will be at Temora. But just gauging on, we're going to monitor Mar Oval to make sure it's in a pristine condition for the grand final. So, but that's where at this stage where all the finals will be held.
All right. How do you think the revamped under-17s competition has progressed this year?
Well, it was always going to be. I think the review committee, which started this time last year or early this last year, headed by Paul Kelly and Paul Hartley, have done a sensational job in getting a competition up which only had 2 Farah League clubs in it this year. East Wagga pulled out early in the piece. It was always going to be hard with only the 2 Farah League clubs joining the RFL clubs, but I think they've done a sensational job in the draw, and Tommy Walker I think has done a fantastic job in the draw. There was always going to be teething problems. I think it's worked as well as can be expected with what they had at their disposal. So I think it's a works in progress thing. It probably could change next year, where I think clubs are going to have an under-17s next year. But I think this year it's gone along as well as can be expected.
Okay. Now my last question for you today is, what teams do you think will be in the grand final this year?
Well, I think you've obviously got you would think that at this stage that it would be a Temora, the Rock Grand Final again. They're both 11 on the ladder, both 40 points. Temora's ahead on percentage. But I think the sides below them, like the Northern Jets, have increased. They've stepped up this year. East Wagga, Mar has come good at the right time of the year. So the Rock and Temora have got to be on their game, because if they stumble, the other side's there to come through and will play off in the final. So they're already playing finals, but they've got to be at the peak to play the grand final. So yes, I think it'll be the Rock and Temora, but they've got to be on their best behaviour to get there. Yes, thank you.
Thanks for that, Dave. We'll now cross over to Brad George, who's catching up with Griffith representative Hannah Toscan.
I'm Hannah Toscan. I'm with the Griffith Swans netball. I'm doing the seniors this year.
Give us a snapshot in your background with regards to Griffith Swans netball.
I've been playing since I was 13. I played in the under-15s. I'm 21 now, so I've been playing for a few years. Coaching 2 grades this year, C grade and B grade. So all my family's been playing for the Swans for years. Dad's a live member, so been a Swan for life. Snapshot for the Swans this year, they've changed the grades a little bit this year, so we've got the A grade, A reserve, B and C. B&C looking really strong this year. We've had really strong numbers all year. Pre-season training was really great. Had a lot of numbers, so it was just a matter of trying to get a few handy ones up in the A and A reserve, and yeah, we're doing really well with the C and the B grade as well. It is a little bit of a challenge. We've got a few regulars that keep coming back every year. Mostly they're girlfriends of the footballers, and yeah, they keep coming back every year. But we've got a heap of new girls this year. I think everybody just wants to play club footy, which is great. I think the town comp's gone down a little bit in numbers, so we've picked those up, so we're really happy. Teams to beat this year, definitely Leeton just got 2 floggings in C and B, so hopefully knock them out in A reserve and A grade. But Leeton, Narandra, Wagga Tigers and Turvey, they're always a strong team, so we're definitely looking to beat them this year. Junior netball at the moment, I believe they're strong in numbers in the under-15s. Yeah, all the grades have changed this year, so we've got the under-11s, 13s and 15s, so good numbers all round. I don't have much talent with netball, given with my family history, but Dad was a keen footy player, my brother's playing first grade, so I've been a C grade girl all my life, and I think I'll stay there for a bit longer.
Thanks, Brad. Now Dave's back in the studio to give us his tips for the Farah and Riverina League this weekend. We'll start with the Farah League. We've got, I guess the game of the round would have to be the Rock versus the Northern Jets. Who do you think in this one?
Yeah, I'll lean towards the Rock here because it's played at home. They suffered a defeat the previous week they played against Temora. I think they'll be wanting to get back into the winning list there, although the Northern Jets, they've improved in leaps and bounds this year. They'll be very, very competitive, but I think probably the Rock at home will be a little bit too strong. Okay,
we'll move on to East Wagga versus Mara.
This could be a forerunner of the elimination final held in a month or so's time. I've seen East Wagga a couple of times this year. They're pretty good. Mara obviously coming good at the right time of the year. I think at home, East Wagga maybe by 4 points.
Okay, very precise there.
Yeah.
North Wagga versus Temora. I mean, you're going to have to say Temora on this. They were pretty outstanding on the weekend a couple of weeks ago against the Rock.
Yeah, I've seen North Wagga a few times here. They're a good young side that they can play. They just haven't got a lot of size about them. They're young kids. They'll be better in next year and the year. They'll be better in 2 or 3 years' time. Temora will win this one, but North Wagga will put up a very good and valid effort.
Okay, CSU versus Colliambly. Now that should be a pretty good one.
Will we? Yes, it's at CSU. I think whoever wins this one will probably relinquish the bottom of the ladder. And I think that probably I'm going to go for CSU this time because they struggled a bit during June, July with holidays. All the kids are back this year, don't I know it? And I think that CSU probably will win this one.
Okay, we'll move on to the Riverina League. First game of the round would be Leeton versus Collingully.
I don't know a lot about the Riverina League. I'm not following it with a passion, but I would say that even though it's at Leeton, I would tip probably Collingully. They are striving to finish in the top 3, and they will want to win this one to remain viable for a top 3 finish, so yes.
All right, Mango versus Turvey. This shouldn't be too bad of a game. Both teams have been playing,
Yeah, look, Turvey had a good win last week. I think they played Narandra. Mango are fighting. They're still in the run for a top 5 position. They play pretty well out of Possum Park. That's Possum Park out at Mango. But I think Turvey, even though they've won last week, I think Mango probably will just outnut them here.
All right, Tigers versus Griffith. Now, Tigers, they jumped out of their skin when they played Ganmain a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I'd tip Tigers. Who are you going for here?
I suppose you have to tip Tigers at home at Robertson Oval. Griffith will, they don't travel too well. They're not having a very good year this year, Griffith, but they will be very competitive, I think. But I think Wagga Tigers should win this one, yes.
All right, and Coolman versus Narendra, they still remain unbeaten.
They're going along very well. Coolman this year. They've recruited obviously very well. Like Lewis Roberts has obviously been a very good pickup for them. They need a big key forward. He's providing that for them up forward. Narendra, even though the premiers last year, they've fallen by the wayside a bit this year. I don't know whether they've lost a lot of players or whatever, but I think Coolman will be too strong in this one.
All right, and Ganmain have the bye.
Ganmain will win that one, yes.
Yeah. You would hope so. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for that, Dave. That's all we've got time for now, unfortunately. But make sure you join us again next week at aflriverina.com.au. We'll see you then.